It stepped off, gallops towards the 40. Ball is in the air. We're underway with high school football on KRLS, and the kick is taken at the 5-yard line near hash mark 20, 25, 30. Bounces off his own man and is cut down at the 33-yard line. A 28-yard return for Trey Van Houen. And the opening kick has been presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. The Little Dutch will start officially first down and 10 at the 34-yard line with 11 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the first quarter. Trevor Castle, Randy Sikkema with you live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
We'll see if this officiating crew gives you the full minute between kickoffs as opposed to last week.
Well, we got the last 8 seconds of Kenson Fuller's 86-yard touchdown return.
Right.
All right, Meyer under center, double tight ends, single back, split wide receivers, takes a snap and a quick handoff to Aiden Pollock. Nope, keeper by Meyer, bounces out the right side, and he's loose into the secondary, runs over a defender at the end, and is taken down at the 36-yard line. That is a 30-yard gain.
Yeah, he almost didn't get the ball back out of Pollock's grip, but once he did, then he could turn the corner.
And Pella doing exactly what Jay McKinstry hinted to me before the game. They run double tight end, which keeps them balanced, and then at the last moment, the running back Pollock just shifts just a little bit to the left or the right, depending on the formation of the Newton defense. This time it's a little shift to the right, same play, and this time it's a handoff to Pollock, and he stood up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. They eventually push him all the way backwards to the 40-yard line. The official says that the only further he got was the 38, so that's a 2-yard loss. And
just about didn't get the handoff off.
Well, I mean, our offensive line is so beat up right now, and I just really don't think that running between the tackles we're going to have a whole lot of success.
No, but I suppose the thinking is, you gotta do it at first, just to keep the defense honest the rest of the night.
No score, just under a minute gone by in the opening quarter, and Meyer goes under center. Now Rowe backs off the line, shifts into the backfield as Meyer takes a snap. Right side off tackle. Pollock spins away from a defender and then falls forward across the 35 to the 33-yard line for a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, not a very good spot.
Number 24, Pollock with a carry.
Because he landed on a Newton defender and then got another yard or yard and a half before his knees actually hit the ground, but the referees didn't give him credit for that.
We do have a couple of Stravers Cellular instant radio updates. PCM has a 2-0 lead over Albia 16 seconds into the game, and Creston has scored to take a 7-0 lead over Knoxville. 10:26 to go here in the first quarter in a scoreless game. Probably 4-down territory for the Dutch on a 3rd down and 8. Play action, Meyer sacked. Had absolutely no chance. As soon as he ran the play action, Reese Hammonds was in the backfield with him and dropped him back at the 44-yard line. It goes as a loss of 10, and now 4-down territory turns into a punt.
To the 44-yard line, gonna make it 4th and long.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's probably an O-line malfunction there, or it could have been a blitz. I wasn't really paying attention to where that defender came from, but he got over there awful quick, I know that.
Less than a minute into the game, Indianola has a 7-0 lead over Perry on another Stravers Cellular instant radio update. Luke Hardman standing at his own 40.
I'll give you my prediction on that game when we're off the air.
A bit of a wobbler of a punt from Hardman, bounces at the 20, takes a Pella bounce, and then another nice kick down to the 10-yard line. So that ends up as a 34-yard boot. Newton will start at the 10-yard line with 9 minutes and 32 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. I mean, you're not going off the radar. I mean, I think we can safely say that Indianola is the pick in that game,
well,
right?
Obviously, yes. but my score prediction is a little off the charts, and I don't want to offend anybody, especially anybody from Perry.
Well, I'll tell you what
if they hear my prediction.
The computer, we use BC Moore. Many folks are familiar with that.
Right.
The computer has Indianola on paper as a 124-point favorite.
Yeah, well, I was predicting the first 100-point non-8-man football game tonight.
If they wanted to, they could. So could Harlan against Sadell, by the way.
Is that tonight?
That is tonight.
Oh, geez.
All right, right to left for Newton. Arguello to throw out of the shotgun. He fires it towards the far sideline. The catch is not made along the sideline. It's knocked away, and a nice play by Trey Van Houen undercutting the receiver to knock it out of his hands as he hit the turf. Incomplete, 2nd down.
That was a nice hit by Van Houen.
No score, 9 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Newton has the ball moving from right to left. 1st and 10 at their own 10 after a Luke Hardman 34-yard punt pinned the Cardinals back deep in their own territory. Shotgun formation, shuffle from the H-man, handoff to the back as I believe a flag came flying in from the far sideline. The play goes for a loss of a yard.
Came awful quick, so it was almost too quick for a hold. I wonder if we lined up offsides. No, it was a hold. Man, that was a quick hold. The flag came out as soon as he snapped it.
And let's see if Pella wants to take the penalty or take the result of the play, which is a 1-yard loss, would bring up 3rd and 11.
It'd only be a 5-yard penalty, half the distance. So, yeah, I think we're going to decline it. Who was the carrier?
Well, it's so hard to see. We're really low to the ground here, and I'm having a hard time seeing the Newton numbers back there, Randy.
All right. We'll wait. See who gets the next carry. We'll give it to him.
I'm going, for the moment, I'm going to go with Wycliffe, who's their starting running back, in a 1-yard loss. And on 3rd down and 11, blitz from Pella. Arguello rolls out of pressure, forced to the far sideline, and just throws it away, incomplete.
It was almost a safety.
The Dutch brought a blitz. Arguello was able to use his legs to get out of it, but Pella, a very quick 3-and-out defensively. And Newton will choose to punt out of their own end zone.
Yeah, maybe we can get a decent return. Or we've had the tendency all year long to just wait for the fair catch, like as soon as the ball is airborne. I know that's another typical play, you risk injury, but I really think we can get some run backs out of this punt cover team.
It's Briggs and Pollock standing at the 45, and this punt is angled out of bounds to the far Newton sideline. Where did it go out of bounds, or where did it cross the white line? They say the 37 is where the far official is standing out of bounds.
Didn't look like it went that far, but
it's plus territory for Pella. That exchange of punts ends up netting the Dutch 7 yards, and they get a fresh set of downs with 9 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, Pella got a 30-yard run out of Blake Meyer on the opening offensive possession of the game, but then the Dutch 3-and-out from there. Newton 3-and-out. And we're tied 0-0. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarian.
Speed option around the right side for Meyer as a flag comes flying in. He tosses it to the near side for Clayberg, who gets 3 yards to the 31. But it looks like this one's coming back on a hold on Pella. And it is.
Preliminary call is holding against the Dutch.
Another Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. PCM 8, Albion nothing on Aiden Anderson's first touchdown in 364 days.
good for him.
And that hold occurred at the 40-yard line, so that will be a 13-yard Pella penalty to push them back to midfield.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. The hold was on the far side of the O-line. I'm not sure it really had any bearing on the play. That doesn't mean you don't call the penalty, but I'm just saying that you wouldn't have had to do that, and we just still got the same gain.
So 1st down and 23 for Pella at midfield, moving from left to right in a scoreless game. And Meyer runs play action, quick hit to Rowe, and he overthrows it incomplete. A lot of mustard behind that seed from Meyer. 2nd and 23.
I like that play call, though. I think we've had that there a lot this year and not called it a whole lot. I like to try that a few more times tonight.
Ball is, it's as in the middle of the field as you can get. It's right on the 50-yard line, right between the hashes, right in that bright red Cardinal logo. And it's 2nd down and 23 for the Dutch.
Somewhere in Kansas, the geographic center of the United States, right?
Yep. Of the Continental United,
US,
the lower 48, yes. 2nd down and long, slant pass through the hands of Knox, and incomplete.
That was well defended that time by the Newton defender. Timed it very well. Got there the same time as the ball did, so give him credit on that one.
Do you know where the geographical center of the full United States is?
No, I do not.
It's in South Dakota.
Is that right?
It is, yeah.
I learned something tonight.
I saw that when I was doing a little research for our trip to the Black Hills this summer.
Okay.
Came across that fact, yes.
All right.
Which seems very odd, but obviously, you throw Alaska and Hawaii in the mix and it makes some sense.
Cool.
3rd down and long for the Dutch from the 50. A holding penalty backed him up on 1st down. Meyer to throw, again out of the reach of Preston Rowe. All 3 back-to-back throws have been tall and long and out of the reach of Rowe and Knox. And after the penalty and 3 incompletions, Pella will punt.
I believe it's a very short drop. It's a 2-step drop, and I've got to believe that Meyer thinks he doesn't have a whole lot of time to begin with, so hence the quick throw. And he's got the adrenaline going. They've been a little strong and high.
Sigourney Kyoto has struck first against Pella Christian. It's 7-0 Cobras on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. And that punt by Hardman, not nearly as good as the first one. Lands at the 25, takes a Newton hop to the 28-yard line. So the Cardinals will take over with 8 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the first quarter of a 0-0 game. And that gives us a chance to take a look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. In the second quarter, Sigourney Kyoto 7, Pella Christian nothing. And all first quarter scores, Creston 14, Knoxville nothing, Indianola 7, Perry 0, Norwalk 7, Boone 0, and PCM 8, Albia 0. Our game is a 0-0 score with 8 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the Cardinals run a keeper by Arguello, trying the left side, and dumped in the backfield. Good open field tackle by the Dutch to take Arguello down for a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a very nice open field tackle. Looked like Hardman on that play.
1 yard gain for Arguello, as Cody Klein is in the game at running back for Newton on this series. He was the one that tried to carry out the fake as Arguello looked to sneak out the back door but couldn't. And now the Cardinals run out of the shotgun, fake to Klein. Wide receiver screen to the far side of the field for Keith Moko. And he turns the corner on the far sideline and runs out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A gain of 16 and a first down.
Looked like a little bit of a hold over there by the wide receiver on that side, but no flag. Who was the receiver?
Moko.
Okay.
7:52 and counting here in the first quarter. Pella nothing, Newton nothing. Cardinals pick up their first down of the game on their second possession. And it's a handoff to Klein up the middle. He's hit at the line and stopped right there. Maybe 1 yard will give him that progress forward to the 46-yard line, but the Dutch interior defensive line stands tough.
Carried by number 21, Cody Klein.
Everybody gets one.
Getting close to a yard, be 2nd and 9.
Caden Riggin, first action in a bit for him, and he comes jogging off the field, still trying to work his way into game shape. Pella with 4 down defensive linemen on 2nd and 9, and they go back to Klein, and he's hit and dropped immediately by Nolan Clayberg, shooting through after a 2-yard gain.
21, Cody Klein, the ball carrier.
Yeah, good 3rd and long 7 here for the Newton Cardinals. See if we can hold them and force them into another punt situation.
Their last one was a 3rd and 11, and pretty good pressure out of a Pella blitz that forced Arguello out of the pocket and to throw an incomplete pass. Now he's into a little bit more manageable 3rd and 7 as the Cardinals near midfield at their own 48-yard line. 6:52 to go in the first quarter of a scoreless game, and Arguello takes a snap. Quick pump fake to the right side. Now he'll take off to run, and he's got the first down and more inside the 45 and tackled at the 44-yard line. Now maybe not the first down and more, but he got the first down. It is exactly a 7-yard gain to move the chains.
Yeah, there's a lot of open field over there. Good decision by the quarterback's part there, taking it down and run it. All the receivers had vacated the area as well as the defenders.
6:37 and counting now in the first quarter, and the Cardinals have breached Pella territory. Arguello has Klein to his left, 3 receivers to the left, and now motion from Moko. Out of the slot, left side, he's out wide right. Klein, the running back, now shifts from left to right as well as Arguello takes a snap. Blitz from Pella is picked up. Deep shot far sideline, and that's well overthrown. Incomplete. They ran Moko on a fly route covered by Caleb Briggs, and Arguello overthrew that by 10 yards.
Yeah, that one was way deep.
So 2nd down and 10.
In the glory days of the Bears, Willie Galt would have been underneath that one and throw it.
That's just a moon ball. You just
throw it and let Willie run, is what they used to say.
And Moko's got some speed, but you could almost just tell off the release by Arguello that was going way too far.
Right.
6:14 remaining. First quarter, scoreless game. And keeper by Arguello on a little misdirection. And he gets to the 42-yard line for a gain of 2. I was down at Arrowhead 2 years ago to watch the Chiefs and the Vikings. And I will say, there was one ball that Mahomes was out and it was their backup quarterback in, and he threw a ball just like that. And in my mind, I mean, first thing I'm like, no way. But it's Tyreek Hill going after it.
Right.
Touchdown Chiefs.
Right, exactly.
3rd down and 8. Ball at the Pella 42-yard line. 3 wide receivers, an H-back to the right. And the running back to the right as well as Arguello wants to throw. He's under pressure. Catch is made at the 35-yard line. Upfield and down to the 28-yard line for a first down on a 14-yard reception. Turner Williams with the catch and another third down conversion for the Cardinals.
That was big for us last week too. We had Bondurant Farrar and several third and longs and fourth and longs, and didn't hold them very many times.
We do have another Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update to get after this play, which is a handoff to Klein around the right side. He picks his way through his blockers and is eventually tackled down around the 20.
Number 21, Cody Klein.
24.
Where do they mark him down?
5 on the carry. I think it's 2nd and 5.
Now they gave him the 24, so a 5-yard gain for Klein. Pella Christian with a Cack to Bennett Sprunk touchdown pass has tied the game at 7 with Sigourney Kyoto on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. Fake to Klein. Arguello a keeper around the right side. They're inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone, and that is a 7-yard gain down to the 16-yard line for Arguello. It's a pretty nice drive here by the Cardinals.
First down.
And they're moving quickly, using a little tempo.
Well, like I said, we've had them in third and relatively long twice, if not 3 times in this drive, and haven't stopped them yet.
First down and 10, ball at the 17. No score, fake. No, it's a tap pass to Moko, and he's coming around the left side. He broke through one tackle in the backfield and takes it down to the 11-yard line. That is a 6-yard tap pass from Zay Arguello to Keith Moko. Chance for a negative play there by the Dutch, or at least stop him for no gain, but it turns into a 6-yard gain and 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Yeah, he had his arms around him too, but still couldn't bring him down.
4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Newton nothing, Pella nothing. The Cardinals have a 2nd down and 4 at the 11-yard line of Pella. Looking to dot the scoreboard first here late in the first quarter. And it's Arguello, a fake to, nope, hands it off to Klein on a right side run. The pile keeps pushing, and he's all the way down
Number 21, Cody
near
Klein,
the
carry.
7-yard line. Let's see, they'll give him a gain of 3 on the play.
Bring a third down, 3rd and about 1.
3rd and 1 coming up for Newton at the Pella 8.
They have their wind at their back, so certainly field goal range, but I would think they'd want to go for a touchdown even if we did hold them here.
3rd down and a yard. The Cardinals have already picked up 2 third downs on this drive. Arguello out of the shotgun. And he fakes it to Klein, keeps it, running left. He's clipped at the 5-yard line, falls forward to the 3. That's a 5-yard gain for Arguello, another third down conversion, and it's 1st and goal to go as we give you a Dingham Concrete game reset. 1st and goal, Newton at the Pella 3, 3:03 and counting in the first quarter. It's Newton 0 and Pella 0 on a Dingham Concrete game reset. Arguello out of the shotgun, Klein to his right, quarterback keeper, dropped, no gain, maybe even lost a yard. Well, maybe I lost track of him because the official has him sneaking through all the way down to the 2, maybe even the 1, Randy.
Yeah, he spun out of that, so we hit him hard in the backfield, but he spun out of it.
Again, our vantage point, this is a pretty low perch here on the visitors' press box, so we don't quite get the bird's eye view that we're accustomed to. And 2nd down and goal coming up from the 1-yard line for Newton. Just over 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Little motion in the backfield. Snap to Arguello, right side run, huge hole, cuts it up, takes it in. Touchdown Newton. Xavier Arguello, a 1-yard run.
Well, just a real nice drive by Newton that time. You got to give them credit. They converted all their third down conversions.
A first quarter touchdown drive with 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the quarter, and Newton strikes first. Now the extra point team is on. And the kick is up and good. So Newton gets the full 7 points, and they've got a pop-up kick by Newton as we welcome you back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. And what continues to be a strength of this Pella team is their kick return unit. That one is returned out to the 36-yard line by Logan Schroeder. And Pella will start in pretty good field position. But as you mentioned, Randy, something that was a bugaboo for Pella last week haunts them in the early going here tonight. A 72-yard scoring drive for Newton that took 6 minutes and 23 seconds. All 4 of Bondurant Farrar's touchdown drives a week ago were of 70-plus yards. Lots of third down conversions, and Newton does the same to the Dutch here to start the scoring tonight.
Yep. Looked familiar, didn't it?
Preston Rose shuffles into the backfield as the Dutch hand it off. Straight ahead run. Huge hole. Nolan Clayberg into the secondary. Off to the races. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Pella. Nolan Clayberg. One play, 63 yards.
That ties it up pretty quickly. Great hole by the O-line, and then Clayberg used the Jets.
Carried by number 8, Nolan Clayberg.
And for the Pella fans who have been waiting, Randy, for the opportunity, there's tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, brought to you by Randall Roofing.
There you go.
After a drive that kind of lulled the Pella fans to sleep, and certainly are thinking, all right, well, here we go again. Nolan Clayberg brings them to their feet.
Yeah, that was pretty. Pretty hole and pretty speed.
And now the extra point is up, and Luke Hardman bangs it through, and we're tied at 7. And Hardman's kick lands at the 15, rolls to the 10, and it is a reverse for Newton. Klein has it on the far side of the field at the 20 to the 30. Big block at the 35-40. Midfield in Pella territory, and finally run out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, we hadn't seen that play from anybody against us yet this year until that time. Well executed by Newton.
So
we had guys over there, too. Wasn't like we were completely tricked.
No, in fact, I was kind of happy to see that they had handed it to Klein because I thought we had the cavalry over there.
Right.
He stepped out of bounds at the 44-yard line, so Newton starts in Pella territory for this drive as the scores are coming in fast and furious here on the Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Updates. They've now gone to the half at Pella Christian. The Eagles and the Cobras of Sigourney Keota tied 7-7 in that top 10 matchup, and Indianola leads Perry 21-0 in the first quarter. Arguello and the Cardinals out in a 7-7 game here as Bauer loops into the backfield. Wide receiver pass, and he throws it out of bounds. Incomplete.
Isn't that grounding?
Well, he's well out of the pocket, and as we've talked a little bit before, I don't always know the intricacies between the high school and the college and the pro rules, but the officials let it go, so it's second down and 10.
Yeah, if it's the pro rule, then he was fine. He was out of the pocket, got past the line of scrimmage, but there was no one from Newton anywhere near that ball.
Second down and 10 at the 44-yard line. And a handoff to Klein, looking for the right side. Can't find any room, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, good defensive stretch job that time by the defensive unit. So here we go again. 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 this time.
Newton has converted on its last 3 third down conversions.
Almost 3rd and 10, and he barely got a foot on that play.
Yeah, they did not give him any gain. You're right, Randy, 3rd and 10. 1:09 remaining in the first quarter. Newton 7, Pella 7. The Cardinals have it at the Pella 44-yard line after a little trickery on the kick return. Brought him into Pella territory. Moko motions right to left. Arguello swings it to Klein out of the backfield amidst heavy and immediate pressure by Pella. Pass is incomplete. 4th down, and here comes the Newton punt team.
Okay, there, I got my wish. Now let's execute the punt return and start another drive.
Preston has gone ahead of Knoxville 21-0 on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Update. That game is early in the second quarter. Homecoming at Knoxville. The Panthers will win, but it's going to be the wrong Panthers.
had no choice but winning tonight, right?
Yeah, I mean, the tie's not even on the table. And the fake punt coming from Newton. It's a pass by the punter deep downfield, knocked away, incomplete. Pella had 5 white-shirted defenders back there on that play. There is a flag down at the 46-yard line, and it is a personal foul roughing the passer on Pella. Wow.
Against Pella.
Newton ran the punter, Lawson, and I'm not sure if he didn't pay close enough attention on his first punt to know whether he's a rugby-style punter by design, but he started with a rollout to the far sideline, and it became pretty obvious early that he wanted to throw the ball. He launched it into heavy coverage down the field, and Pella hit him after the fact. It's a 15-yard penalty. Wow.
That one hurts.
PCM 22, Albion nothing. A 4th down conversion on a penalty for Newton. And now 1st down and 10 at the 29-yard line. And right after that, it's a fake, a hard count, a fake snap, and they get Pella to move defensively for 5 more free yards. And Randy, we got a long way to figure out how this game is going to turn out, but that may be an early, contender for our McCall monumental play of the game.
It's the leader right now.
And that one put the momentum in monumental play. Moko comes in motion. They hand it to him on a jet sweep, and he's got the 1st down inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone down to the 16-yard line. That's an 8-yard gain, and it brings up a 1st and 10
Down to about the 16-yard line.
at the 16-yard line. Hey, by the way, we do have to say congratulations to Rosella Drawn. She's won a free tenderloin and fries from Wood Iron Grill in Oskaloosa on the Nolan Clayberg touchdown. We're giving away free tenderloins all season long, and the only way you can win is to visit for dinner and drop your name in the box at the front counter, and then listen to Pella football next Friday night. And you might be a winner in the Wood Iron Grill Radio Touchdown Challenge. On what may be the final play of the first quarter, Xavier Arguello keeps on a zone read play, gets no gain at the 16-yard line, and there is an injured Pella player, a whistle, and an official's vision for less timeout.
It either, so I can't say whether it was legit or not.
All right, one more play now for Newton here to end the first quarter, and it's a pass towards the end zone and through the hands of Moko at the goal line. Nice coverage by Caleb Briggs to bring up 3rd down and 10 at the 16-yard line. And Pella hoping to force maybe a Newton field goal opportunity.
Yeah, that'd be a win at this point after the 15-yard penalty. So
Caleb Lawson has made a 43-yard field goal already this year, so they'd be well within his range of what would be a 34-yard kick.
Could probably be on the other end of the field, into the breeze a little bit.
3rd down and 10 from the 16-yard line. Motion from Moko. They hand it to him around the right side, and he is dropped in the backfield. A huge loss on the play, on the final play of quarter number 1. It is a 5-yard loss for Moko, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter with the score. Newton 7, Pella 7. It'll be 4th down. Newton lining up for a 39-yard Caleb Lawson field goal from the right hash to start the second quarter. The kick has plenty of leg. It is up, and it is no good. That one, distance-wise, had 50-plus easily, but it was off the mark. No good. And on the first play of the second quarter, Pella gets a defensive stop, and they'll take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Well, psychologically, that's a win for the Dutch because they had that drive stop very well and then got that roughing play on the fake punt. Could have been just demoralized and given up a touchdown, but they didn't end up giving any points, so that's great.
And as it turns out, it basically puts us right in the same spot, right? I mean, had that...
Yeah, they were about on the 40, weren't they?
Yeah, the incompletion would have put them up at the... I was thinking that we had a chance to intercept that ball, which you wouldn't have wanted to do.
Right.
But anyway, you dodge the points, and now Pella takes over 1st and 10 at the 20 as we're live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. And it's Meyer running a speed option with Pollock out to the far side. Blake keeps it and is dropped for 1-yard gain. 7-7 score. And a couple of other scores. Indianola has now taken a 28-0 lead over Perry late first quarter. And PCM enjoying a 22-0 lead over Albia at the end of the first quarter. Live inside of our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, it is Pella 7 and Newton 7. Meyer under center with Rowe in motion, and a quick handoff to the right side. Room for Pollock across the 25-yard line and out to the 28-yard line. That's good for a gain of 7 for Pollock.
Yep, third and very manageable here. 2 yards. Should be able to get it, but one never knows.
Norwalk 14, Boone nothing at the end of the first quarter on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Update. Third down and 2. The Dutch are 0 of 2 on third downs in this game so far. We're tied at 7, under 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 2 receivers to the left. Rowe, the tight end. Handoff right side. First down for Pollock as he spins his way out to the 34-yard line for a gain of 6 yards.
Good blocking over there by the right side of the O-line, and Rowe pulled across in motion. Had his tight end spot leading the way as well. Good speed by Pollock. Good job getting that first down.
And the defense has been on the field for most of this game for Pell, and I understand it's a lot of the same guys, but effort-wise, they say it's a little harder to play defense than offense, so good to keep those chains moving and try to score some more points.
Right.
Pollock again around the right side, breaks through the initial tackle and gets taken down at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, they gave him a pretty good spot, didn't they?
It's like a 5-yard, see if exactly where they mark him down. Yeah, all the way up to the 39. That's a 5-yard gain.
Looked like almost a horse collar. The guy had his shoulder pads there, and Pollock was dragging him upfield.
You are listening to Pella High Football, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS, Knoxville, Pella, and KRLS HD1, Knoxville, Pella. 2nd and 5. Quick hitter up the middle for Pollock, trying to break free of the initial pursuit. He gets 1 yard, and that is it. Bank Iowa supports Pella High and Pella Christian Athletics by donating $10 to the Booster Club for every touchdown during every home game this season. Go Little Dutch from Bank Iowa.
Let's make it happen.
Key play for the Dutch here right now. 3rd and 4. It'd be nice to get this first down, keep the drive moving. Keep burning clock, too.
3rd down and 4. They've all been run plays on this drive. 1 for Meyer, 4 for Pollock, and they go to the air here. He's under pressure. Meyer swallowed and sacked. Back at the 36-yard line. He did have a little bit of time at first, Randy, but didn't pull the trigger and paid the price.
Yeah, and he had Knox breaking open, too. He wasn't open initially when he looked at him the first time, but if he'd given him another 2 or 3 steps, he was wide open.
So the Pella punt team and Luke Hardman coming on to boot it away for the 3rd time tonight in a 7-7 game. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Newton went on a 72-yard march that took 6 minutes and 23 seconds off the clock for a Zay Arguello 1-yard touchdown run. It was answered on the very next play from scrimmage on a Nolan Clayberg 63-yard return, and a nice tackle in the open field by Nick Russ to drop Klein for no gain on that punt return at the 32-yard line for Newton. So Arguello and Clayberg traded touchdowns. That's been the only scoring of the game, and it's 7-7 with 8:19 remaining in the first half. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Ball is at the 32-yard line. Newton is now moving from left to right in all black jerseys. White lettering and numerals, the white helmets with the red and black Cardinal logo. They've got it on the near right hash. And Arguello takes the snap and keeps it after the handoff to Klein, runs right up the middle to the 35 for a gain of 3.
Pretty well defended that time by the Dutch. Not a lot of room in there for him to go.
On the carry, 2nd and 7.
Newton without a penalty yet in this game. Be nice to wish that if we could.
Watch your foot there, Randy.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Stepped on your quarter, did I?
I believe you did. It's all right. It's built Samsung tough.
I'm nervous. I got a pace.
There's not much room to do that around these parts. 2nd down and 7. Arguello hands it off to Klein. There was some penetration in the backfield by the Dutch that Klein was able to wiggle out of and get 2 yards forward to the 37-yard line.
Another big third down play here for the defense. Looks like a long 5 yards. Again, Newton generally goes no huddle. Sometimes goes real quick, tempo. Calling the play from the sideline. See what they got here. Got to imagine it's either a pass play or a run by the quarterback.
And a throw by Arguello, and it's thrown behind his receiver. He was looking for Williams. Williams turned out towards the Newton sideline. The throw was in towards the middle of the field behind him, and it's 4th down, and Newton sends a whole new gang on, presumably the punt team.
Yeah, I think he was open too. We were giving him a couple yards space there, but throw behind the runner, so we'll take it. Let's get a punt return. No roughing the punter here.
And Lawson, a low line drive kick that lands at the 30. And it's taken at the 20 by Pollock. Far sideline 30. Stutter step at the 40 and taken out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
Good clean block there by Fuller on the return.
Huge block. 6:57 on the clock here in the second quarter of a 7-7 game, and Pella will have it 1st down and 10 at the 45-yard line in their own territory.
I think that young man might be going to the Newton sideline saying, "Did you get the number on that train that hit me?"
Yep.
That was a huge block. Pollock coming out. I don't know if he's tired or got dinged on that return.
Yeah, the official was talking to him. Not sure what that was all about.
Might have thought it was roughing or hit out of bounds or something.
Another Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update to pass along. It's Clear Creek Amana 21, Oskaloosa 3 in the first quarter.
Okay.
Oskaloosa, our opponent in 2 weeks after Pella takes on Xavier for homecoming next Friday. 1st and 10, Pella. Motion from Shetterly. They hand it to him on a jet sweep around the near left side. He's at the 50 into Newton territory and forced out of bounds at the 43-yard line for a gain of 12 yards.
That's a new look. Haven't run that play yet this year, at least not to Shetterly.
Well, that's the type of thing that you got to run to keep that interior defense honest. If you think you're just going right up the gut every time, pretty easy to play defense.
Right.
6:50 and counting in the first half. Pella 7, Newton 7. 1st and 10 for the Dutch at the Newton 43-yard line. Meyer keeps it around the right side, pulled it out of Clayburg's belly and gets 3 yards down to the 39.
Kind of like the first play of our offensive play of the game when he busted it for 30.
Pick up a 4 yards, it'll be 2nd and 6.
Actually, a 4-yard gain for Meyer, got all the way down to the 39 to bring up a 2nd down and 6. 7-7 game. The 2 touchdowns in this game were scored 16 seconds apart. Motion from Shetterly again. They give it to him on the jet sweep. He cuts through some traffic, runs over a defender, Moko, at the 35-yard line and falls forward for 4 more yards to bring up 3rd down and 2.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Pella is 1 of 4 on 3rd downs.
Make it 3rd and 2.
And, oh, boy, knock on Formica or whatever this is down here. But last time I said 4-down territory, Meyer took a sack and they punted it. I believe they're in 4-down territory again here at the 35. Under center, Meyer takes it, hands it off to Clayburg. Nope, keeps it out the right side. 1st down and more.
Wow.
Inside the 30 to the 26. That was a delayed keeper by Meyer. He really let Clayburg sell it, and he busts it for 9 yards.
That was a great fake because I was looking at Clayburg getting tackled at about 1 yard gain.
Gets the Dutch 1st down.
How much of that? 9?
9 yards, 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. 5:26 remaining in the first half. Pella 7, Newton 7. And the Dutch, who are wearing their all-white jerseys, send Meyer under center. 2 receivers to the left. Rowe motions into the backfield for a lead block for Clayburg, who gets the handoff, gets stood up at the line of scrimmage. Pyle keeps fighting. Clayburg keeps pushing. And they haven't blown the whistle yet. They finally do down at the 22-yard line. Maybe the 23, but he picked up a couple of extra yards with a lot of extra effort there. Give him 3. Now give him 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure they gave him the right spot. But you're right, they never blew the whistles,
2nd down, 8 to go.
but they didn't give him the extra effort either.
4:48 and counting first half. Pella 7, Newton 7. And the Dutch huddle up, getting ready for this 2nd down and 8 play. Clayburg the back, Rowe the tight end to the right. And they send Briggs and Knox out wide left. Meyer, straight drop, under pressure, steps up, takes off, down near the 20, falls forward to the 19. 5-yard gain, actually give them 4 right at the 20. So they're inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone for what will be a 3rd down and 4.
Well, we're clearly in field goal range, but I'd still like to get a first down and a touchdown out of this.
3rd and 4.
Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Update. Creston 28, Knoxville nothing. Under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Our score in the second quarter is Pella 7 and Newton 7. And now the Dutch have a 3rd down and 4 right at the 20. Split wide receivers. Knox out to the right. Meyer rolls that way. Takes off to run. And now a late toss to Clayberg for the first down near the 10-yard line.
That was patience by both those young men. Clayberg staying out there waiting for the pitch. That was a real late pitch, but that was a nice play.
It ends up as an 8-yard run for Nolan Clayberg on another 3rd down conversion for Pella. And they have a first down, actually all the way down to the 10-yard line. That was a 10-yard gain.
I'm not sure they can get a first down anymore now. So.
It is 1st and goal to go. Indianola 35, Perry nothing. 6:57 to go in the second, and PCM has a 29-0 lead over Albia on the Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Updates. Pella running motion, jet sweep handoff around the left side, and Shetterly shakes and bakes and dives forward for 1 yard.
Yeah. If I had my druthers, this drive would end in a touchdown and with maybe less than a minute left on the clock because Newton's going to get the ball first in the 3rd quarter. So,
Randy, to your point, CJ Shetterly coming in 1 carry, -4 yards on this drive, 3 carries for 17 yards. So they're certainly going deeper into the playbook here. 2nd and goal at the 9. Split wide receivers. Clayberg the back. Option to the right side. Meyer cuts it inside, and he's taken down around the 5-yard line. Looks like a gain of 4.
Maybe the 4.
And he got him at the 5. 4-yard pickup, and 3rd and goal coming up.
3rd and goal from the 5.
4 down territory here, Coach.
I think so. I mean, I think you'd kick a 30-yard field goal. I think you want to try to punch one in here.
Yep, me too.
Although points appear like they might be at a premium tonight.
Lead would be big.
Lob to the back corner of the end zone, and it is a one-handed attempt for Knox as a flag flies on an incomplete pass, and it looks like Pella won't have to make that decision, Randy.
Yeah, that's a nice play call. I like the play call. It was actually a pretty good throw, but the defender just clearly just ran into the receiver, didn't even go for the ball, so should be 1st and goal from, what, a 2 or 3, 2.5?
And Knox, you know, he doesn't have the Donovan Holterhouse, Ryan Van Wyk kind of size, but he is 6'2". I mean, that's a good guy to throw it up in the back of the end zone.
He's strong, yeah.
So the penalty pushes it down to the 2-yard line. That is the first accepted penalty on the Cardinals in this game. It allows Pella to convert another 3rd down conversion via the penalty.
Shetterly out, Pollock in, so heavy on the running backs here. I'm sure we're just going to try to. I'm not sure it is a first down. I don't think that's an automatic first down. Still 3rd down.
Pella fans are yelling for a first down. The officials have it as 3rd down and goal at the 2. And it's Pollock around the right side and in. Touchdown, Pella. Aiden Pollock, a 3-yard score.
Good job, Dutch. Good job, O-line.
Touchdown, Pella.
We're going to go with 3. That's what they had up on the scoreboard. I thought the ball looked like it was down at the 2.
It was about 2.5, yeah.
I mean, in the end, it doesn't matter. It's 7 or 6 points on the board for the Dutch.
3rd down.
It comes with 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And now the extra point by Hardman is up and good. And Pella has a 14-0 lead. Pardon me, 14.
Kick into the end zone. It'll be touchback for the Cardinals.
As we welcome you back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, we have 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and Newton will have a 1st and 10 at their own 20 after the touchback by Luke Hardman. That's something that Coach McKinstry talked to me about yesterday. You know, again, now with the wind instead of into the wind, but he doesn't need the wind to get it into the end zone.
He doesn't.
And he says it's such a huge thing because you make the other team go 80 yards and you don't have the wear and tear on the kickoff. You don't risk a big return. A real weapon to have somebody like Hardman that can put it in the end zone.
You know, especially like when we played Indianola, all those points that were scored, they started every drive on the 20-yard line.
Here's a throw coming from Arguello on 1st and 10. Steps up in the pocket. Late launch down the field. There's contact and a flag. And pass interference is coming as, well, we just talked about Hardman and how good he is as a kicker. He got turned around and he ran into the Newton defender. This will be 15 on the Dutch on pass interference.
Looked a little like the defender ran into him, but you got to make the call. It's only a 15-yard penalty. It's not a spot foul, so it should come out to the 35-yard line.
Sigourney Keota on a Stravers Cellular instant radio update has struck first in the 3rd quarter of their game against Pella Christian. It's 14-7 Cobras on a 13-play drive. Took half of the 3rd quarter, and they punched it into the end zone.
Wow.
We have 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in our first half, and it's Pella 14, Newton 7. 3 down linemen for the Dutch. Motion from Moko to the near side of the field. Arguello surveys the Pella defense, waits for Moko to get set, and now takes a snap.
Didn't they jump?
There was some movement, no flag. Arguello rolling out to the right, fires it towards the sideline and out of bounds.
Looked like 3 of their offensive linemen started before the ball was snapped, but no flags.
Take a look at our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Our score, Pella 14, Newton 7. Creston leads Knoxville 28-0 in the second quarter. As we just mentioned, Sigourney Keota a 14-7 lead over Pella Christian in the 3rd quarter. Indianola leads Perry 42-0. Norwalk over Boone 14-0, and PCM over Albia 29-0. That's the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leader is Marion County Bank. With offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher Dallas, they're serving you and building community across the county. Arguello to throw on 2nd down and 10. The pocket collapses. He escapes. He gets away from a leg tackle at the 35 and dives forward to the 37-yard line for a gain of 7. Pardon me, he's out to the 42-yard line. Still a 7-yard gain.
Timeout, Newton.
And a vision for less timeout called by the Cardinals.
Almost had him back at the line of scrimmage, but he's a very good athlete, very good runner for a quarterback, and broke free.
In fact, they gave him all the way up to the 43-yard line on that play, so that's an 8-yard run. Arguello has 10 carries and 35 yards. During this timeout, let's take a look at our Dingham and Concrete game reset. 1 minute and 53 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Newton will have a 2nd down and 2 at the 43-yard line, moving from left to right with the ball on the far left hash. And again, a $1:53 left. Second quarter, 14-7 Pella on a Dingham and Concrete game reset. Dingham and Concrete, where quality comes first. Call Jeff Dinghaman at 621-1611 for Dingham and Concrete in Pella.
I've got Arguello 3 for 9 passing. I would think if I was calling this play, I think I'd call a running play just to get the 1st down, but that's just me.
And he's also done a good job scrambling when they have called a passing play and it's broken down.
Right.
In fact, been pretty impressed with the pressure that Pella's been able to get defensively. Sometimes with their front and then sometimes bringing an extra man. 2nd down and 2. The Dutch bluff a blitz. It's a handoff to Klein. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, bounces it out left, and he's taken down at the 44-yard line for a 1-yard gain. And I'm not sure what the Pella fans are screaming about.
They're saying that was a 2nd down play. They had the incomplete pass down here on this sidelines first.
Yeah, it should be 4th down. And I think Pella's going to call a vision for less timeout. Or are the officials going to bring it together? Here's the one thing I'll tell you, Randy. That the fans standing in the crowd screaming at the officials is going to change nothing.
They don't have a black and white shirt, do they?
They don't, and they can't even hear you out there. So, I mean, I just don't think that that's real impactful.
And I judge by what the Pella coaches are doing, and they were all yelling 4th down.
And Jay McKinstry is hot on the near sideline. He cannot believe it. And now he wants a vision for less timeout. That's probably a good idea. At least give him a chance to cool down, get his players a chance to get set if they are indeed going to give Newton this, what we believe is an extra play here, Randy.
Was clearly an extra play because there was an incomplete pass. We almost sacked him. He threw it away right in front of the Pella bench. And then he had the 8-yard gain and now the 1-yard gain. It's 4th and 1, but that's not what the referees are claiming.
The only thing I'm trying to process in my mind was, did that incomplete pass happen maybe before the other pass that was a pass interference? I don't believe it did.
No, the pass interference was the first play of the drive.
That's my recollection as well. And so that should have did reset it at 1st and 10 at the 35. Then there was the incomplete pass on the Pella sideline. Then the scramble by Arguello. Then the handoff to Klein. It should be 4th down and 1 at the 44. We saw this. I remember reading an article just a couple of weeks ago. I think it was either an NFL game or a big-time college game where they did the same thing. In fact, it was the opposite. They made the team punt when it should have been third down, and they said it was 4th down and later apologized, but that doesn't do anything. 3rd down and 1. Arguello sacked in the backfield, and Preston Rose says, 3rd down, 4th down, I don't care, you're going down.
Call this one 3rd down, ref. See what you think. And give him a 1st down.
Lawson, a high, short punt, lands at the 30 and drops to the 28-yard line. So that's where Pella will start with 58 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. What a play, though, by Preston Rowe, Randy, just to make it a moot point.
Right. Beautiful play.
A 14-7 game in favor of Pella with 59 seconds remaining in the half. They've gone to halftime in Indianola, where the Indians have a 42-0 lead over Perry.
Part of that irrational behavior was caused by the pass interference play that technically is not an automatic 1st down. They left it at 3rd down, and half the people over here thought that was wrong, even though that was right.
1st down and 10 for the Dutch. Let's see how aggressive they are with 1 timeout and less than a minute to go. It's a handoff to Aiden Pollock around the right side, looking for room, and he has some across the 40, and he's taken down at the 42-yard line. So they start the drive with a 14-yard gain. There is a penalty flag at the 35 on the far side of the field.
Aiden Pollock with a carry. Holding against.
And as you may hear in our crowd mic, holding against the Dutch. If so, that would end up being...
It's a spot foul, so it's going to be about a 2-yard penalty.
Yep. That's Pella's 5th penalty of the game, and while that one yardage-wise isn't going to be a big one on the stat sheet, it wipes off a pretty decent run by Pollock and maybe a chance to try to get some points here at the end of the half.
Yeah, now we're just letting the clock run, so we'll probably try another running play and see where we're at. We only have 1 timeout left.
I think the Dutch at this point are now content to just let it run down. They'll run another play if they can break something big. Great. If not, let's go into the locker room with a 14-7 lead. Play clock down to 2. They snap the ball. There's a flag that flies. It's a handoff around the right side. Runs out of bounds. But this one's coming back.
Carry by number 24, Aiden Pollock, but there's a flag on the play.
Illegal shift on Pella.
Against Pella.
And that'll cost him 5 more. 25 seconds remaining. And that one marches them back to the 21. Again, at this stage of the proceedings, it doesn't really matter.
No.
5-yard penalty.
May not even run another play. Well, we'd have to run at least 1.
Resets the play clock to 25. The game clock is at 25.4. And they do wind the clock. And it's Meyer on a handoff. Let's see if that's Pollock or Kleberg.
Again, carry by number 24, Aiden Pollock.
That's Pollock for 3 yards, and that is the final play of the first half. With the score, Pella 14, Newton 7. We'll be back to A.H. Lynn Field.
At least 50 yards in the air, at least 50 yards in the air, and then did somersaults back into Lake Michigan after he hit it.
Ball is in the air, second half underway on another Luke Hardman touchback. This one into the wind, a driving kick, and Newton will start first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Big highlight for this weekend. We got the Central football team heading to Indianola for the 99th meeting all time in a series that dates back to 1905. The Dutch and the Storm tomorrow at Buxton Stadium in Indianola. Don DeWard and I will call the action right here on 92.1 KRLS, beginning with pregame at 12:35. Thanks for listening to our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, there are no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. First play of the third quarter is a Zay Arguello zone read keeper for no gain. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah,
Newton.
fake handoff to the crossing running back, and C.J. Smith took a quarterback down instantly.
This is only Newton's 6th possession of this game. Pella's had the ball 6 times as well. I mean, it's the teams, when they've had the ball, they've had it for a while. Both teams have run the ball primarily and kept this clock moving.
Yep.
2nd down and 10. Back to the ground, straight handoff to Klein, and he's up to the 25-yard line for a pickup of 5.
A little bit of a hole there. I held my breath there for a second. Thought he was going to bust it, but good closure by the Dutch defense. Rowe coming out holding his helmet. I don't know if it came off and he had to go out or if he broke a helmet.
We'd really like to get number 10 back on the field as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Third down and 5. The Cardinals are 3 of 8 on third down. They've missed their last 4. This is a designed quarterback run, and without Rowe in the game, roaming the middle, Arguello picks up 6 yards and a first down.
And he's coming back in.
That was their first third down conversion since the 3 third down conversions on the touchdown drive back in the first quarter.
And the conversion by penalty then?
Yeah, that was a 4th down.
Well, that was 4th down, okay. That's true, because they were punting.
10:44 to go, third quarter. 14-7 Pella. Moko motions near to far as Newton moves from right to left. And a snap and a handoff to Klein. Starts right, bounces it back towards the middle. Nice bit of shifty running to the 37-yard line. That's a 6-yard gain for Klein, who has 9 carries for 24 yards. He came in averaging 6.2 yards a carry with the long of 42, but the Dutch have bottled him up, and his longest run of this game is that one for 6 yards.
Yeah, they've done a good job on him.
2nd down and 4. Cardinals go without a huddle. 3 receivers near side left. The tight end is lined up right, and Klein is to the left of Arguello. Now they motion Moko to the far side of the formation. Take the snap, and on the zone read, Klein gets it, scoots around the right side. Nolan Clayberg pile drives him to the turf, but not before he gets to the 48-yard line and picks up 10 more yards. That is his longest run of the game, up near midfield.
That was a nice play by Newton there. That held that read option a long time back there in the backfield before he decided to hand it off.
Under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pella 14, 10th ranked Newton 7. The Cardinals in all black and Pella in all white. Newton from right to left. Arguello, quick pass to Klein. And he's got a blocker. Little shake and bake at the 45, just waiting patiently. And Aiden Pollock sheds the block of wide receiver Brody Bauer. That could have been a much bigger gain if not for the individual defensive effort of Pollock. As it is, it's a 6-yard, give him 7-yard pitch and catch to the 45.
Very well defended by Pollock, because, yeah, he could have been run right out of the play and it would have been a big gainer.
2nd and 3.
2nd down and 3 at the 45. Newton's first scoring drive was a 6.5-minute, 72-yard march. They're trying to put a long drive together here to start the third quarter, and Klein gets the handoff, and he's taken down after a 2-yard gain. As that was, I believe, Rowe shooting through and making the tackle. It was number 10.
3rd and 1, probably 4-down territory here, but be nice for a negative play of some kind here. Or a turnover.
Quickly to the line. No turnovers yet in this game. They try to get Pella to jump. The Dutch are much better discipline that time. They got caught on one of those earlier in the game. And now Arguello sets up the play. Wingman and a wide receiver right. He looks to throw right. He's got Moko, who drops it. He was open at the 35, would have had to sustain a hit out on the edge from Caleb Briggs to hold on, but he never brought the ball in. It lands on the turf, and it's 4th and 1. And I think that's the kind of play that you make if you're planning to go for it on 4th down.
You and I think alike. That's exactly what I was going to say, Trevor. Good call.
8:30 remaining in the third quarter. Pella 14, Newton 7. Fourth down and a yard. Cardinals are 1 of 1 on 4th down on that fake punt, roughing the passer penalty. Arguello sends Moko in motion. High snap. Arguello, a right side run. He's hit, and he is stopped. Does not get it. Connor Vanderwerf, Trey Van Howen and company there to make the play, and the Dutch defense stands tall.
Wow, that's good to see. We've been missing that last couple of weeks. That was a huge play by the defense. Big momentum shift there.
And another contender for our McCall monumental radio play of the game.
Yep.
And Pella takes over at the 43-yard line. First down and 10 with 8 minutes, 24 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, leading 14-7. Butcher using Tate Wiesner at tight end as they hand it off around the right side. Aiden Pollock has a seam, and he's forced out of bounds around midfield into Newton territory at the 49 for a gain of 8 yards.
Pretty generous spot. I'm not sure he quite got that far, but it was a good run nonetheless.
Hey, we missed a winner on the last Pollock touchdown. Congratulations, Linda Long. You've won a free tenderloin and fries from Wood Iron Grill in Oskaloosa. We're giving away free tenderloins all season long, and the only way you can win is to visit for dinner and drop your name in the box at the front counter. Then listen to next week's Dutch game to see if you're a winner in the Wood Iron Grill Radio Touchdown Challenge. 2nd and 2, and Pollock takes the hand. No, Meyer ended up keeping that. Meyer and Pollock and a defender were all in a scrum, a yard in the backfield, and Meyer desperately hanging on to the ball, ends up losing a yard. It's 3rd and 3.
I'd rather lose a yard than the ball. That looked a lot like a turnover about ready to happen.
At the end of the third quarter on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update, it's Creston 42, Knoxville nothing, and Indianola's extended its lead to 49-0 over Perry midway through the third. 3rd down and 3 for Pella here, leading by a score of 14-7. Ball at midfield near right hash. Toss left side to Pollock. 2 defenders there. He cuts it upfield. Takes it down to the 49-yard line for a 1-yard gain to set up a 4th and 2.
Yeah, I don't think it's 4-down territory here, do you?
Nope. I think you punt, and your defense has held Newton to just over 100 yards of total offense.
Right.
I think you let them continue to do their thing.
Especially if you get them down there inside the 10 or so, or maybe even fumble the punt return. You never know.
Clock reads 7:11 and counting. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Newton opened the scoring late first quarter on a Xavier Arguello 1-yard run, and the Dutch have got the last 2 touchdowns. Nolan Clayberg and Aiden Pollock with touchdown runs, and Pella has a 14-7 lead. Here's a punt by Hardman that rolls down near the goal line and is down at the 1-yard line. A
Nice
48-yard punt. Great special teams play by the Dutch. It's Isaac Van Wielden that downs it at the 1 for Pella.
That was an awesome play by Van Welden. Could have easily stepped in the end zone while he touched it, but he kept his feet out, tapped it back. Beautiful job by the punter and the punt cover team.
Just a moment ago, in case you missed it, brought to you by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
6 minutes and 48 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. It's Pella 14, Newton 7, and the Cardinals have 99 yards to go. First down and 10 at their own 1-yard line. Right side of the field, near hash from right to left in black, white, and red. And the Dutch playing defense in all white and green. Arguello standing in his own end zone on the goal box, soccer line style. Maybe changing the play at the line as they try to get Pella to go on a hard count. Tried it again, didn't work a second time. And now a whistle and a vision for less timeout called by Newton.
Wow.
So I think that might have been a situation there, Randy, where Newton really didn't even have a play called. They were just trying to get Pella to jump off sides, and the Dutch don't oblige.
Absolutely. I think you're exactly right. It was a nice job by the defense. Stay disciplined.
And let's call that tonight's creative idea drawn up by Brandapeel. I like the idea by Newton, but Pella stands tall. I mean, that's just really good discipline out of a team, Randy, that we have seen some discipline issues this season.
So far, yeah, we've had several of those. Seems like it's dropped in number each game, but we had one earlier tonight, so great job.
Newton tries to get the Dutch to jump. It doesn't work, and that's tonight's creative idea drawn up by Brandapeel. For branding, print, web, video, or interactive, call Brandapeel. Relentless for you. First down and 10 at the 1 coming out of this Vision for Less timeout. Arguello standing in his own end zone. The whistle blows the play back into action. Pella showing blitz, and it's a handoff. Check that keeper by Arguello around the right side, and they get a little breathing room out to the 7-yard line on a 6-yard gain. It's the Arguello and Klein show. The two have combined to run 26 times for 82 yards in this game. They've thrown it 11 times and run 3 jet sweeps to Keith Moko, but a lot of it is Arguello and Klein and just trying to run the football.
Well, their season stats so far have been those two guys. So.
Yep. Now on second down and short, it's Klein trying the right side. Flag comes flying in as Aiden Pollock makes the tackle around the line of scrimmage, but this might move Newton back closer to its own goal line.
It'll be a spot foul, so it should come back around the 2.5 or 3 yard line, if in fact it's a hold.
6 minutes and 11 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. It's Pella 14, number 10 Newton 7. As Clayberg comes back in for Wiesner, there is the holding penalty, and the Dutch will most certainly accept this 3-yard infraction.
Yeah, they gained 1 or so on that play, but getting back there second and back by the goal line is good thinking.
Holding is a call against the Cardinals. Be half the distance to the goal.
I'd kind of like to see the first turnover of the game down here. How about you, Trevor?
Well, you ask for it, Randy. We'll see if they deliver.
Yeah, I have all the power.
You're like the kid asking for the Xbox for Christmas. We'll see if Jay McKinstry and his Ben Baller and their defense can put the present under the tree for you. Second down and 8, and it's Arguello. They fake the jet sweep to Moko, and Arguello runs around the right side. They get the penalty yardage back out to the 7-yard line, so a 3-yard gain for Arguello. They need the 11 for the first down. It'll be 3rd and 4. And some new faces into the game. CJ Smith checking back in along with Wiesner for the Dutch as they try to keep some fresh bodies on the field, leading 14-7 with 5:43 remaining here in the third quarter as you're listening to Pella High Football, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS Knoxville Pella, and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella. Arguello, play fake, run, stopped. He got a 1-yard gain after a pump fake to the right side to try to freeze the defense and run left. And now we're into 4th down and 2. And I can't imagine they're going for it here.
That'd be pretty risky.
It took them a while to send the punt team on, but they do eventually settle for that decision.
Punter should have enough room. He should be about halfway deep in the end zone when he catches the ball, maybe a little in front of that. See if we can get a return out of this.
Strauver's Cellular Instant Radio Update has PCM up 36-0. Dawson with a high, booming punt. Hauled in at the 50, left to right. This is Briggs coming near sideline 40, 35, 30. And he's finally angled out of bounds just outside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone at the 22-yard line. Caleb Briggs, a 28-yard return for the Dutch.
Beautiful return. Nice block back there by Pollock to help him get free, and then just used his speed to get around the corner. Nice job.
Pella started in Newton territory one previous time in this game, and that was the first down sack and then 3 straight incompletions, and they had to punt it back to the Cardinals.
Yeah, don't bring that up.
Now, well, we're trying to reverse that situation. I don't even call it a curse.
Odds are in our favor, right?
We're at the 22, and we've got a kicker. At least like our chances of getting a shot at 3 points here.
Right.
4:42 remaining and a Vision for Less timeout by Newton. And Randy, the Cardinals have burned 2 of their 3 second-half timeouts in a 1-score sale. You can save 10, 20, or 30% on nearly $200,000 worth of merchandise with the Home Shopping Extravaganza. Out of the Vision for Less timeout, Blake Meyer and the Pella offense out with 2 receivers left. Twin tight end formation. Rowe shuffles from right to left, and they go to the ground with Pollock off the left side. Big hole for Aiden as he's into the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. Stood up at the 15-yard line and driven backwards after a gain of 7.
Yeah, nice job. Nice hole over there on the left side of the O-line, and good speed by Pollock. First, when he got through that hole, I thought he'd go a long ways, but the D-backs for Newton closed quickly. Still got 7 yards.
It is a final score, Randy. And unfortunately, it does not go the way of the Eagles on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. Sigourney Keota has beaten Pella Christian 20-13. The Eagles had a chance late, but a sack by the Cobras ended the threat.
Huh, okay.
Second down and short here for Pella, and it's an option near side for Meyer. Late toss to Pollock. Spins out of a would-be tackler. Appears to have the first down or very close to it at the 12-yard line. There's an injured Cardinal in the middle of the field at the 15. We'll check the spot for Pollock. It looks like he's got enough for the first down after a 4-yard gain. First down and 10 for Pella. Blake Meyer turns and hands it off to Aiden Pollock. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain as we welcome you back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Our score is Pella 14, Newton 7. The injured Cardinal player was Garrett Behrens, a senior two-way lineman. He was able to make it off under his own power. And now it's second down and 10 for Pella at the Newton 12 as we have 3 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Pella has a 14-7 lead, and they're trying to add to that advantage. Double tight end look, 2 wide receivers left. Wiesner comes in motion, play action fake, lob to the end zone. Rowe is open, makes the catch, touchdown Pella. 12 yards, Blake Meyer to Preston Rowe.
Beautiful play. Rowe slipped right through the defense. Nobody went with him, and Meyer took his time, lofted it right to him. Beautiful touchdown.
And Pella caps off a 22-yard drive that takes a minute and 40 seconds off the clock. They take advantage of the 28-yard punt return by Caleb Briggs to get a short field, and then their first completed pass of this game has Pella out in front. Now 20-7, and the extra point is good, and it is 21-7 Dutch. We're back inside of our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS with the score Pella 21 and Newton 7. And we say congratulations to Gene Schmitz. He's the latest winner of a free tenderloin and fries from one of the best tenderloins in the state of Iowa. They're on the Tenderloin Trail at Wood Iron Grill in Oskaloosa, and we're giving away free tenderloins all season long. The only way you can win is to visit for dinner and drop your name in the box at the front counter, and then listen to next week's Little Dutch game to see if you're a winner in the Wood Iron Grill Radio Touchdown Challenge. Arguello wanted to pass, steps out and runs, and he is out of bounds finally across the 30 at the 31-yard line, maybe the 32, a 7-yard gain for Arguello on a drive that started at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, what is that, about his 20th carry?
I got him at 17 for 57 yards, yep. Motion from Moko from far to near. They fake it to him on the jet sweep. Arguello takes off to run, dances out of a would-be tackler. He's got the first down as he dives across the 35 and out to the 38-yard line for a 6-yard pickup.
Nice athletic play right there by Arguello. Looked like we had him tackled at the line of scrimmage, but he outran us to the edge.
We do have another final score on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update, and the Panthers have beaten the Panthers. Creston 49, Knoxville 0. First down and 10 here for Newton at the 39-yard line. Right to left, down 21-7. Arguello, deep shot, far side of the field into double coverage, overthrown and incomplete.
That one wasn't quite as overthrown as that one earlier, but it was at least 5 yards overthrown.
Indianola continues to add to its lead. Early fourth quarter, 63-0 over Perry. Next week, we have the Warren County matchup That'll be a top 10 showdown between currently number 2 Indianola and number 9 Norwalk next week. Not sure if that one is in Indianola or at Norwalk, but it's for sure in Warren County, and we'll have it for you on 94.3 KNIA. Klein, big hole up the middle. They caught Pella in a blitz, and Klein ran right through it and got to the 50-yard line, and only the turf monster may have saved a touchdown, an 11-yard run to midfield.
Should have been a penalty. The wide receiver on the far side took 2 steps downfield before the ball was snapped, right in front of the side judge, and he didn't throw the flag.
2 minutes and 16 seconds and counting in the third quarter, and the score is Pella 21, Newton 7. Tell you to stay tuned after the game for the Greg Young Buick and GMC of Indianola Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show. Moko, the motion man again, and it's a throw to Klein coming out of the backfield. They've hit this one once before, and Pella plays it pretty well. Pollock, another tackle at the 44-yard line. It works for 6 yards. They run Moko in motion and have him clear out the corner on this side of the field, and then Klein follows right behind, and they flip it on a little dump down.
Coming down here near the end of the third quarter.
About a minute and a half to go, and Pella has a 21-7 lead. 3 wide receiver look for the Cardinals again. Pella brings some pressure, handoff to Klein, and Wiesner and company are there to drop him at the 41-yard line after a 3-yard pickup. Perfect time to give you a Dingham and Concrete game reset. 1 minute and 17 seconds and counting in the third quarter. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Cardinals, who are 4 of 11 on third downs in this game, and they have it at the 41-yard line of Pella, trailing 21-7 on a Dingham and Concrete game reset. Arguello tried to get Pella to jump. They do not. Briggs claps his hands in appreciation of the discipline of his defensive front 4. Now Arguello and Klein and company looking over at the far sideline to get the play as we go under 50 seconds. Play clock down to 5, down to 3. They snap it at 1, and it's a keeper on the fake to Klein. Arguello keeps the read and runs around the left side for the first down to the 31-yard line on a 10-yard gain.
Carried by number 5, Zay Arguello.
74 yards on 19 carries for Arguello.
Nice decision on the read option there. I thought he'd handed it off to the running back and we were going to get a negative play, but good choice. Got the first down. They are burning a lot of clock, though.
First down and 10. They said he went out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Cardinals from right to left are now in Pella territory. A drive that started back at their own 25. This is a quarterback run by Arguello, and he bounces it a little bit off to the right side to the 30-yard line for a short 2-yard pickup.
He keeps this up, I'm going to run out of room in my stat sheet.
Well, I mean, I've already hit the end of one.
I'm going to have to borrow another running
loop
back
through. Yep.
Line.
See if Newton chooses to run another play here in the third quarter. They don't have to. 13 seconds and counting on the game clock. The play clock is about 7 seconds behind it. We're down to 8 seconds in the quarter. Pella leads 21-7. And they do snap it, and it's a design quarterback power for Arguello. Got nice blocking out in front, and he stumbles his way down to the 20-yard line for a 10-yard gain into the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone on the final play of quarter number 3. Our score is Pella 21 there.
Right. The passes he's completing are little quick flares to the backs.
Second down and 10 at the 20. Newton in all black moving from left to right. They motion their H-back Williams from the right side of the formation to the left. Now Moko comes in motion. They hand it to him on the jet sweep. He gets around the first defender, and then there's a waiting Dutch teammate there to force him back inside, where more Dutch defenders are there to stop Moko for a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, it looked like C.J. Smith turned him in, and then you're right. The rest of the guys were there waiting for him. Only gave him a yard. So 3rd and 9, obviously 4-down territory for Newton. No point in kicking a field goal.
21-7, Pella with the advantage. 11.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Pella trying to hand Newton its first loss of the season. The 10th-ranked Cardinals are 4-0. The Dutch are 1-3, but they're both 0-0 in district play. And now it's a gadget play. This is a wide receiver reverse pass to the quarterback, Arguello, who makes the catch and is taken down at the 13-yard line. They do get 6 yards on the play. That was Bauer, who threw a wide receiver pass earlier, incomplete. He does complete that one to Arguello, and it's now 4th down and 3.
They've done a lot of trickeration tonight. I don't know if that's normal for them, but
They're 1 of 2 on 4th downs. A big 4th and 1 stop earlier in this half on the opening drive by Newton.
This could potentially be the ball game if we stop them right here.
4th down and 3 at the 13-yard line. Williams motions, Arguello throws, Moko the catch at the 15, hit at the 11, lunges for the 10, and according to the spot on the far sideline, he is short. Will await the official spot and call. Pella holds, 1st down Dutch.
Great job over there by the defense on the right side. First man stood him up, second one came in and held him short of the 10.
That is 2 4th down stops in their own territory defensively for Pella in this half. And the Dutch with a 21-7 lead take over at the 11-yard line with 10 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. And boy, would this be a time to salt away a 6-minute drive.
Exactly.
Put a touchdown on the board. And
a lot of running plays. Newton only has 1 timeout left.
Pella with a 1st and 10 of their own 11, right to left in all white, green letters, numerals, and trim. Meyer under center. Handoff to Kleberg, right side run. He's out across the 15 to the 16, give him 5.
Nice strong run by Kleberg. Good job by the right side of the O-line.
Carried by number 8, Nolan Kleberg.
2nd down and 5 coming up. Coming up tomorrow afternoon, Central and Simpson for the 99th time in the 116 years of this great Central Iowa Division III football rivalry. Don DeWard and I will have the call right here on 92.1 KRLS. Pregame at 12:35. The opening kickoff at 1 o'clock from Buxton Stadium in Indianola. 2nd down and 5 for Pella here. Wiesner motions from the tight end spot, left to right. Handoff to Kleberg again. Hit in the backfield, breaks 1 tackle, fighting towards the 20, across the 21 and out to the 22. 6-yard gain, move the chains.
Should be a 1st down. Yep, they're giving it to him. I know 100 years ago when I went to Central had like a 25-year winning streak against Simpson. It's not been that way lately.
The last win for Simpson was in 2013, okay. So Central's had their number over the last nearly decade now, okay, including the only spring matchup ever between these two teams as they played last April, and Central got a runaway victory. So they've already played once in 2021, but this is a new season, of course. 1st down and 10. Meyer running the option to the near side, and he's swallowed up and dropped. Great play defensively by Ashton Hartgers, the junior safety, coming up to make the play on Myers in the backfield for a loss of 3.
Yeah, although that was a negative play, it's much better than a pitch and a fumble or something like that. You know, just keep the clock running.
2nd and 13.
And Pella fans, Grant Nelson is at Central, for those that don't know. And as a freshman, he is starting, and he's getting a lot of run as the team's 2nd tight end, kind of an H-back, and they're using him a lot. Yep,
he's playing really well. Central's got a very good team this year, so for him to make it and get that much playing time, that's impressive.
14th ranked team in the country and off to a 3-0 start. Here at 2nd down and 13 for the Dutch. Meyer to throw, far sideline, and that is way over Jason Knox.
That surprises
me not even
bit.
Close.
I guess you try the surprise route, but.
Final score on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. Randy, they didn't quite get to your prediction. Very hard to do what you had thought might happen. 63-0 Indianola over Perry. It's just about impossible to score in an 11-man football. 70 seems about the max unless you're just trying to embarrass somebody because of the running clock that kicks in. You're good.
Sorry about that. I was thinking the cold was going to hold off for the whole night, but it didn't quite make it.
Well, if our games would have been like these other ones and already over, there would be. 3rd down and long for Pella, and Meyer hands it off, and that play is stopped in the backfield for a loss of 2. That was Kleberg again, and that drive went backwards for Pella, and now Luke Hardman will have to punt it away.
We got the 1 first down.
1 first down, and then basically this drive started at the 11, and it ends at the 16.
Yep, but it burned 2.5 minutes off the clock.
Yep. Down to 7 minutes and 55 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter. It's Pella 21, Newton 7. Whoa. High snap, it goes over Hardman's head. He picks it up and then gets just enough of it to get it out near the 20-yard line where Pella downs it at the 19. That could have been a safety. It could have ended up as a Newton touchdown.
Right.
And Hardman pulled a bit of a magic trick there just to at least give the Pella defense a chance here at the 20-yard, 19-yard line officially.
Right. That was a miracle that he even got that off. Yeah, the worst scenario would have been to have it bounce around in there in the end zone and have Newton fall on it.
The Cardinals a little bit of life here after being stopped inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone on downs on their last drive. They get the Pella special teams miscue, and now it's 1st and 10. Arguello to throw, steps up to run, rolls out to his left, does a little dance, shakes a tackler, and he's clipped down at the 15-yard line by Briggs. Nope, check that. That is Quinn Ramey on the tackle after a 4-yard gain.
Gets it down to the 15.
That'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 at the 15-yard line with 7:16 and counting. Remember, Newton has just 1 timeout remaining. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, the Cardinals burned 2 timeouts in the 3rd quarter of what was a 1-score game. Arguello keeps it straight ahead run after the fake to Klein, and he's inside the 10 and down to the 8 on a 7-yard gain. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
21-7 Dutch, 1st down and goal coming up, and it looks like and 5A, and we'll take a look ahead to week 6 next week in our Greg Young Buick of GMC of Indianola Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show. Arguello pass to the end zone, nearly tipped and then caught. Touchdown, Newton.
Well, that's the best ball he's thrown all night. Hadn't done much accuracy-wise before that, but
Brody Bauer, an 8-yard touchdown reception for Newton. That's his first score of the season through the air, and the special teams miscue by Pella costs the Dutch a touchdown here, and now the Cardinals running the swinging gate conversion, and they'll drop back with Lawson to kick. 6 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Newton with a low line drive squib kick that's taken at the 15 and returned out to the 22-yard line. They bluffed an onside kick as we welcome you back inside of our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. 6 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. It's Pella 21, Newton 14. The Cardinal defense stood tall. And then after a bad snap on a punt, the Cardinals had a 19-yard short field. They scored a touchdown in just 51 seconds, and now their defense is back out there down by a score, trying to give them a chance late with a few minutes to go. 6:44 left now, 21-14 Pella.
well, if we throw any more passes now, I'd be shocked, unless the game gets tied or something. But
Dutch go under center for a 1st down and 10, double tight end, split wide receivers. And a quick hitter handoff straight up the middle, and a nice effort across the 25-yard line all the way out to the 29-yard line.
nice job.
And that's Aiden Pollock for 7 yards to bring up a 2nd down and 3. And where, I don't think you're going to burn 6.5 minutes on this drive, but where Blake Meyer needs to be a senior leader, smart quarterback, you got to burn a lot of the play clock, I think, on these plays. Well, they do come quickly to the line here with still 20 seconds on the play clock. 15 now with 6:06 remaining, and Meyer will throw. It's a screen. Preston Rowe, 25-30. Lot of running room at the 40, midfield, and then he dives over Moko at the 40-yard line.
Call me a liar.
He's marked down there. That's a pickup of 31 yards.
Wow. Okay, that's why I'm not a coach, I guess.
Pretty safe throw as it turns out, Randy, and then Preston Rowe with a ton of running room picks up 31.
Yeah, safe to say Newton wasn't expecting a pass.
1st down for the Dutch.
Norwalk a 31-0 lead over Boone late 3rd quarter on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. Cedar Rapids Xavier 28, Cedar Rapids Washington nothing in the 4th quarter. 5:50 left in our game. It's 21-14 Pella. Meyer goes under center, 2 receivers to the right. Wiesner and Rowe are both to the right as well, and they go to the ground with Pollock. Right side, big hole. He's inside the 35, down to the 31-yard line. Big response for the Pella offense after that touchdown by Newton.
Yeah, and I'm with you, though. I'm still kind of surprised they're not burning more time off the play clock. We could have burnt another, 30, 40 seconds at this point.
I mean, a touchdown here is obviously huge, but you'd love to do it and only leave them a couple of minutes left. This ball game would basically be over.
Right.
And that might have been the message here, because now the play clock's down to 15 and Pella's still in the huddle, and they're going to spread them out, and then they'll run a little motion.
Second and 1, you can try lots of different things with this.
Play clock down to 7. Meyer snaps it at 6. They'll look to throw. Meyer rolling left. He throws to Briggs and way overthrows it. I was about to say wide open, but that was because Moko was shielded behind Briggs, and he just had him, locked down. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 1.
I think Meyer could have got the first down on the ground. There wasn't too much in front of him.
Albia is on the scoreboard late 4th quarter. PCM 50, Albia 6 on another Stravers Cellular instant radio update. Here it's 3rd down and 1 for Pella. The Dutch are 4 of 9 on 3rd downs. They converted all 4 of them in the 2nd quarter. Haven't gotten one since. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. This is a big 3rd and 1 in probable 4-down territory. And Meyer hands it to Pollock around the right side. 1st down. And let's move the chains as he gets down near the 25-yard line with 4:49 remaining in the game, and Pella leading 21-14. That was a 5-yard run for Aiden Pollock. He's got 67 on 16 totes.
Well blocked by the O-line, the right side especially, and Rowe coming over to assist in motion on that side. Good first down there for the Dutch.
I think they're calling Rowe out of the game. Something with he's pointing towards his helmet. The official pointed towards Preston.
He came out,
and he's got to come out of the game.
Helmet issue.
So they'll bring Clayberg in and go with a 2 running back look here. Actually, he's holding his right arm up.
Is that a concussion test?
Here's speculation on my part at this point. Jim Emmert has a little look down there and says there's some blood on his right arm that they're wiping off, he believes. 4:33 and counting in the ball game, 21-14. Pella. Dutch go to the ground with Clayberg off the right side. And that tightly bunched formation pushes forward down near the 20. It's a 5-yard gain for Clayberg as Pella's just churning out yards here on this drive, and they have a 2nd down and 5. We give you a Dingham Concrete game reset. 4:20 remaining in the game as Rowe back in for Clayberg. Pella moving from right to left has a 2nd down and 5 at the Newton 21-yard line, and the Dutch lead 21-14 with 4:15 to go in the game on a Dingham Concrete game reset. Dingham Concrete, where quality comes first. Call Jeff Dingham at 621-1611 for Dingham Concrete in Pella. Aiden Pollock around the right side, cuts it in, bounces it out. He's inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone with another Pella 1st down. All the way down around the 13-yard line. That was an 8-yard gain. Clayberg with 88 yards, 63 of them on that 1st quarter touchdown. Pollock with 75 yards. Meyer with 34 more, and C.J. Shetterly has picked up 17 yards on the ground.
Yeah, real big night on the ground for the Dutch.
Well over 200 yards rushing, just 2 completions from Meyer to Rowe for 43 yards through the air, including a touchdown. And now it's 1st and 10, Pella at the 13-yard line. Left side handoff, Pollock. He is down around the 10-yard line. Give him 3 more, set up 2nd down and 7.
Woody Hayes 3 yards in a cloud of dust now.
I mean, this is absolute perfection here for the Dutch.
Yep.
About 4 more of those, get it in the end zone with under 2 minutes to go and pretty much lock this one away.
Be something awful rare for it to not work if that did happen.
3:33 and counting. The Dutch can take it down under 3:15 before they snap this football if they choose. And now they are being very deliberate. Still at 10 seconds before they break out. Pella does have all 3 timeouts remaining in a 21-14 lead. Play clock at 5, down to 3, now 2. Meyer waited until there was 1 second before even sending top territory for Newton here, down by a touchdown, 21-14. 2nd and 7 at the Cardinal 10. Meyer and the Dutch go under center. Handoff and nailed. No, it's a play action fake and incomplete.
Oh, he was open too.
Wow, Pollock paid the price on that with a huge stick. And Myers snuck out on the bootleg, and he threw it short to the receiver on what could have been a touchdown.
I think it was Wiesner out there as a tight end spot out in the flat, and there was nobody with him.
So 3rd down and 7. That does stop the clock on the incompletion.
That's the unfortunate part.
Pella still in the driver's seat, up 21-14. A good kicker in Hardman if you don't convert to try to give you a 2-score lead. Wiesner motions from left to right. Meyer takes the snap, hands it off to Pollock around the right side. He's met in the backfield and dropped for no gain. Maybe a yard down to the 9-yard line, but that's it. And Pella continues to struggle on Luke Hardman, a chance potentially to ice the game for Pella. He's made 2 from 50 plus this season. This is a 27-yard kick right to left from the right hash. Pella leads by 7. Snap, spot, kick, has plenty of leg, and it is good. Luke Hardman buries a 27-yard field goal to give Pella a 2-score lead, 24-14 Dutch. We'll be back live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, 92.1 KRLS.
Kick in the end zone for a touchback. Cardinals will start 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
We are back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth with 2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Luke Hardman's line drive kick rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So Newton starts at its own 20-yard line with 2:58 to go in the game. And Pella, a big 69-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock, capped off by a Luke Hardman 27-yard field goal. That's his 4th make of the year, and Pella has a 24-14 lead. Now Arguello steps back to throw, takes off to run. He's up to the 25, gets away from Rowe, and is forced out of bounds across the 30 at the 32-yard line. He is now over 100 yards rushing, 108 yards on 24 carries for Zay Arguello. And Newton is in hurry-up mode here. The clock does stop because he got out of bounds. But with 2:50 to go and just 1 timeout left for the Cardinals.
None now. They used that on the 4th down play.
I missed that. And here's Arguello wanting to throw again, and he takes off to run again. And he gets 2 yards out to the 34-yard line.
On our field goal play, we ran on 3rd down, and then they called timeout.
What's interesting is the scoreboard has them having all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
Yeah, well.
Luckily, it's the officials and not the scoreboard that necessarily matters. Arguello to throw again, has some time, rolls right, dumps it down to Klein, and it's incomplete. In fact, Pella might have wished that was complete.
Right.
Because it would have been very minimal yardage, and he would have been down inbounds. 3rd down and 8 coming up at the 34-yard line. 2:21 to go in the game. 24-14 Pella. Little Dutch had a 14-7 lead at halftime.
Just keep the play in front of you.
3rd down and 8 here. Moko motions near to far as Newton moves from left to right. Snap to Arguello, wants to throw. Firing it deep, looking for Moko. Got behind his man and makes the catch at the 34-yard line of Pella. From 134 to the other. It's a 32-yard play that's coming back because there's a flag holding Newton.
Yeah, they could have called it on the play before, but they didn't. And then when you do it 2 times in a row, Connor Vanderwerf was tackled on both of those plays, and they called it that time. Only the 2nd penalty of the night by my count, on Newton. That was accepted.
And this one's going to end up being a pretty costly one. It takes a 32-yard pass play off the board, and it's a 13-yard holding penalty.
Yep.
With 2:13 remaining in the game, and now they're back to 3rd and 21 with Pella leading 24-14. Ball at the 21-yard line. Newton needs to go 79 yards. Well, so somehow they need a touchdown and a field goal, and they've got no timeouts and 2:13 to go. Arguello takes the snap, zips it over the middle. Moko makes the catch. He's wrangled down immediately and tackled by Quinn Ramey. Sets up a 4th down and a little more manageable. That was an 11-yard gain for Moko, and here comes 4th down. Ball at the 31-yard line. 4th down and 11. Clock at 2 minutes. Arguello fires over the middle. Knocked away, incomplete. He wanted Moko. It lands incomplete, and Pella's defense makes its 3rd 4th down stand of the second half, and they can kneel out a district opening victory.
Nice job, defense. That was a big play right there. Yep, we're leading the district at this point.
Pella and Xavier will both be 1-0 in district play.
Probably Clear Creek.
On what is nearly, Randy, hard to believe, the 5th anniversary of that semifinal game back in 2016.
Seems like yesterday.
That's the greatest game I've ever seen.
To my knowledge, it's the only game I ever yelled over top of your call.
It was hard not to do that. That was a fun one. This is a fun one. Finally get into victory formation for the Dutch. A kneel down by Meyer. They'll need to do a couple of more of those, and there is a flag that comes in. But gut check victory here for Pella, Randy. Came in 1-3, banged up, down several starters.
Yep.
And against a Newton team that's 4-0. We knew that their schedule was certainly not up to the caliber of what Pella's was, but they came in confident and unbeaten and on their home field and on homecoming, and Pella's going to claw out a 24-14 victory. And we've got a delay of game on Pella.
Okay.
First penalty of the second half, Randy. We talked about wanting to clean that up in the second half, and they've done it.
Does the clock keep running? I think it's supposed to stop. We had in the game last week, the offense had a penalty and it kept running, but I don't think it was supposed to. Because otherwise you'd just keep having penalties in this situation.
They actually changed an NFL rule. I think it was last year, maybe the year before. If you remember, Bill Belichick and Mike Vrabel got into a little gamesmanship in a Titans-Patriots game. And the result of that they ended up changing a clock management rule because one or both of them was manipulating the clock based on some of the type of stuff you're talking about. And they're resetting the clock to 1:55, and they'll wind it. And that's because that last play didn't happen. So
okay.
They'll wind the play clock, I should say, not the game clock. And there's the kneel down. And Meyer hands the ball to the official, and the clock will wind.
So, yeah, should be able to almost get it down to nothing. We have to run around a few yards on the 4th down play. But
Pella 24, Newton 14. There's 1:35 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Newton started the scoring with a Xavier Arguello 1-yard run in the 1st quarter. Nolan Clayberg answered on the next play from scrimmage with a 63-yard run. Aiden Pollock's 3-yard run gave Pella a 14-7 lead just before the half. And then Blake Meyer found Preston Rowe on a 12-yard touchdown pass to make it 21-7. After the Cardinals made it 21-14, Luke Hardman knocked home a 27-yard field goal, and then Pella came up with its 3rd 4th down stand of the second half, and another kneel down by Blake Meyer, and Pella's one more away from a district opening 24-14 victory over the Cardinals. Coming up, we've got our Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show. We'll have a McCall Monument, radio monumental play and player of the game. Tonight's final stats presented by Verduff Agency. The road ahead presented by Pella Motors. And, of course, a chat with victorious Dutch head coach Jay McKinstry. There is the last kneel down from Meyer. Pella will not need to run another play. And the clock has ticked down under 30 seconds.
Good job, Trevor. Good call.
You as well, Randy. This was a fun one tonight.
It was.
Always fun to get a victory.
Right. Especially on the road.
And Blake Meyer, a big exchange with offensive coordinator Blaine Forsyth. 10 seconds on the clock. We want to make sure it officially hits triple zeros, but this one is unofficially and now officially over. Final score, Pella 24, Newton 14. The Dutch improved to 2-3 overall, 1-0 in district play. Newton drops to 4-1 and